Come on, man. Don't start with that tonight, man. What are you doing?
It's just
What are you doing? What are you doing right now?
I
What are
just
you
like
doing?
the people to know that I have maintained my stance.
Okay. All right.
Still here.
What are you letting them know? What are you letting them know?
Well, if they missed out yesterday, if you guys missed out on the Mavericks last night, we had a conversation about it. It was pretty late at night. I was already a little irritated, but here you go, guys. I mean, I spent my hard-earned money on a couple of Dallas Mavericks very fine T-shirts, and man, this receipt gives me the right to return those T-shirts within a 30-day time frame. We're only in day number 2, so if Mavs don't get it right, it may come in handy.
You know what, man? You got to stop being so petty, man. When it comes to the Mavs, man, you're very petty. And you need to stop this one.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan, and I want this team to win. Walt, we're in trouble. I told you this yesterday, but we're in trouble.
Oh, somebody, Facebook user said the Mavs are trash. I don't know who it is, but it says Facebook user Mavs are trash. We'll put that on the screen right there. Mavs are trash.
It was Zach.
Is this the feeling around the Mavs right now? They're just trash.
Yeah, that's what Zach. That came from our guy Zach. Man, he told us that Mavs are trash.
I couldn't see. It didn't show me who said it, but wait a minute here. We got one already. Coach might be outdated. Who's been saying that for the longest, Billy?
Hey.
Who's been saying that for the longest? I have to give
credit where credit's due. You've been talking about it for a while. I just jumped on board yesterday.
The message might not be the same going on in the locker room.
What message?
Oh, here we go.
No. This is unfair. See? You see what I'm talking about? EA is falling in the line of the MFFLs that I was telling you about. You can't be honest. He did not show up in the fourth quarter.
Well, he did not show up in the fourth quarter tonight. So you are absolutely correct about that, Billy.
I mean, and I don't know what you guys consider showing up in the fourth quarter. I mean, the fourth quarter, I need a guy who's going to come in and close the game out, man. That's what I need.
Yes.
Luka didn't give me anything tonight. And this isn't the first time this has happened. Man. He's got to come on with it. Our guy Zach says Luka does shy away from crunch time shots, man. There is truth in that.
I told you what he does do though. He shies away from. I don't know why it's not showing me Zach's name on the screen tonight. It keeps saying Facebook user, but
yeah, I see that.
Maybe because he's doing it under your stream and that not mine. That's probably what it is. So
yeah, maybe that could be it because I see it very clear here. Everybody who's coming in, so yeah.
Okay, so I have made the statement that Luka doesn't go to the basket as much in the fourth quarter because he's avoiding the free throw line. Yes, I've made that known. So there may be some weight to that right now when I bring that up. But you were very you were paying close attention to that about him in the fourth quarter. And of course, this guy EA, he's a Luka fan, so he doesn't see the forest for the trees with Luka. That's his.
Well, we all love Luka. I mean, Luka is my adopted son, man. But I've got to chastise you on occasion, man, when you're not doing right. And tonight, man, I don't know what it was. He had favorable matchups. I saw Chris Paul guarding him at times, man. He just couldn't put the ball in the hole, man. Could not do it.
As I told you way back when, the matchup of Michael Bridges, my guy who run me two brackets. He won me 2 back-to-back brackets in college basketball. Well, I wasn't back-to-back. I think they went 1 year and then they didn't go back. But he won me some brackets. And Luka struggles against him because he's long. When he locks down and puts his arms out, he's a problem for Luka.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say that when Luka, still got what he finished with 29 tonight.
Yes, he did finish with 29.
So I mean he got buckets or whatever, man, but that number could have very well been 40, man. Like late third quarter, and or when he was in the third quarter, he got things going and it was all good. But that fourth quarter rolled around, man. That's when we gotta have your superstar step up, man. Chris Paul is the only superstar the Suns have, and I don't even know if he's a superstar anymore, but he shows up when it matters.
What about this whole it's KP problem? Because he didn't play tonight, and they didn't. So what's that about? Are we done with that? Are we done with that?
Look, the EA, that's funny.
Wow.
That's funny.
Wow.
Don't call the
Wow.
people on me, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
He
No,
is known to be a snitch. He was out there snitching on people partying, but Vic making videos of people
I
partying
remember.
in
I
the
remember that
pandemic.
story.
So
Yeah, he seemed a
watch
little.
yourself. This guy's a straight certified snitch. He
Yeah,
works
okay,
in that FBI informant at the Capitol.
Oh man, see, he sound like he was a little perturbed about those people that were out there partying and good timing that night. But
Yeah.
no, as far as KP is concerned, man, I mean, I kind of figured he wasn't going to play tonight. I mean, it was the second night of a back-to-back. We already knew that he wasn't going to be playing back-to-backs like that all season. At some point, I'm sure they'll try to work him in, but right now it's not time. I wasn't shocked when they said he wasn't playing, but the MFFLs, man, we got to stop
either him or
this.
Luka tonight. It was either him or Luka tonight.
Yeah, exactly. But the MFFL's got to stop this, man. We got to stop this anytime it doesn't work out. It's KP. This team has a lot of things that are wrong with it right now, or that is wrong with it right now. And it's not just Luka. It's not just the defensive side of the ball. It's not just Rick Carlisle.
It's not just KP.
Yeah, it's an abundance of things that are working to or not working in conjunction with one another. And this Mavericks team looks really, really bad right now. They competed tonight. There was energy and effort. Can you give
them that? Can you give them that tonight?
I will. I will give credit where it's due. They competed, but we're talking about an NBA team, led by a NBA champion head coach and a great owner, man. We should not be talking about whether the team is giving effort or not. Again, we there's a clear distinction in giving effort and then just not having players that are capable to get buckets when you need it. This team has players that can get you buckets, but when you're not giving effort, man, that's the bigger issue than anything else. So I'm glad to see that they gave effort tonight. Unfortunately, took us down that same path that ended in an L, man.
Look at this guy here. Bar is set low.
Come on, EA. What do you mean by that?
How's that when you had the Mavs ranked ranked high at the start of the season? Now all of a sudden, I don't think the Mavs are going to make the playoffs. I just don't see them making playoffs. You know what's funny at the beginning of the season? It was touted they had the Mavs, the team to threat the Lakers this season. That was the team that was going to threat the Lakers this season.
Well, that wasn't a bad assumption. Nobody expected it to be like this. I mean, assuming the Mavericks were in good health, they could challenge the Lakers. They could challenge any team in the West.
You're looking at the guy who called BS on that.
Well, hey, listen, but you didn't expect it.
Well, how are you going to say that without KP, without even having KP back yet?
Well, we knew he was going. Well, we're assuming he's going. We knew he wasn't going to be gone for the season. We knew he wasn't going to be there at the beginning.
Right, but we can't do. I can't make that assumption without seeing KP back and playing first. I couldn't give him that.
Well, it wasn't a bad assumption. I mean, it looks bad now because the whole team is out of whack. But I'll tell you this much: all they have to do is get into the playoffs, man. That's all they got to do. I'm not saying that they're going to run roughshod through everybody, but all they got to do is get into the playoffs. And then you know what it is at that point. It's about matchups, man. It doesn't matter if you're a first seed versus an eighth or 2 versus a 7. It's about a matchup. If it's a bad matchup for you and the style of play, then, so on and so forth. You get to do whatever, and then it's a 4-game series or a 7-game series. I'm sorry.
Let's get to some highlights here. Starting off in the first quarter.
Oh, that's nice.
Looking with the 3 right there. Back that out. DeAndre Ayton. Jay Crowder tonight had an okay night tonight on the Mavs. Chris Paul, Billy. 29
whatever he
points.
wanted to do.
29 points tonight.
Whatever he wanted to do.
I think most of his points came at the end of in the fourth quarter there.
Yeah.
What we got here? Chris Paul turnaround. Jay Crowder open 3 hit.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Jay Crowder. I mean, I know he's a solid player, man. But I kind of feel like him shooting the 3 ball. I feel like that's fool's gold, man. I mean, these are wide open looks you're getting. Jay Crowder is not somebody that's going to create and all that stuff. He's a 3-and-D guy, spot up shooting, and that's it. And I kind of feel like it's fool's gold, man. I feel like when those shots really need to count, they're not going to go down. I mean, the Mavericks again make everybody look pretty good defensively.
There's DeAndre Ayton tonight, who also gave you 18 points tonight.
Oh, that's my guy. That's my
Dwight,
guy.
Oh, that's got Dwight Powell.
That's my guy.
Dwight Powell signing.
That was a Dwight Powell with the drop and the dunk. The drop and dunk by Dwight Powell.
Okay, I don't want to rain on the parade too much. Just let you know that your guy Dwight Powell did foul out in the fourth.
He did. He was playing tough defense down there. He's undersized. He was doing the best he could. Okay,
but I'll tell you what though. I'll take a foul out in the fourth quarter if it means if it's in the crunch time and you're playing hard. I can accept it.
Yeah. That means you're competing.
Yes. Frank Kaminsky on the dojo man right there. Put him down. Don't do that. The dojo man come back and give you one.
Yeah,
Josh Richardson. How'd you feel about your guy Josh Richardson tonight? I haven't heard you talk too much about him with the.
Josh had an okay night, man. I saw him with a couple of that highlight right there, man. That was pretty athletic play he made, but. A couple of, he was hitting a couple of shots in transition, mid-range shots or whatever. I thought he did a pretty good job defensively too, man. Just Chris Paul just caught fire at the end of the game, man. And he's so good at getting the matchup he wants, being a point guard, man. No matter who you put on him, if you fight over the pick and you end up trying to trap him, he's going to find somebody open. He's a good point guard. If not, he's going to get the switch and he's going to go to work against your big man. So Chris Paul is a very difficult guard, man. So, given the circumstances, I thought they did a all right job on him. I thought Josh Richardson did what he could with him, and so did Finney Smith. But in the end, it was just too much.
Couldn't stop that alley-oop from they couldn't stop that alley-oop.
They could not.
With DeAndre Ayton. Luka, I can't remember. I want to say it was a second. Oh, there's a guy getting mixed up. Oh, yeah.
He was there for the defensive contest.
It happens. I'm gonna let it slide.
He was there for the defensive contest. I did give him some credit. Yeah, there's your guy, Cauley Stein. Same process.
We'll get to Cauley Stein in a minute. But your guy Luka, I like the look that he came out. I want to say the second or third quarter after he got his third foul. He came back in strong and hard.
Yeah.
That's where most of his points came from after he came off that third foul. Of course, him once again not wanting to come out of the game, but
right,
we got to save him for later on in the game. I think there we go. And oop to Dodo.
Dorian,
yeah. What's this? The third quarter? Luka pop 3. There you go. It looked like he was getting the rhythm. He was starting to go.
Yeah.
I hear. Is this I saw him hit the post up shot too. I think at this point he really here it is right here. Turn around, post up. Oh yeah. I think that's my guy from North Carolina that he posted up. The young guy.
For who?
The Suns. I can't think his name to save my life, but I liked him in college. Remember that one game we watched? He won. Him and Mikal Bridges tore him up the first time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what his name is.
Yeah, I can't think.
I can't think of his name. I know exactly who you're talking about though. But yeah,
Cam Johnson.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, had a little fro going tonight.
Yeah. Dojo man. Oh, for the rip. We get down here. Is that commit? No, it's not Kaminsky. Dwight Powell with the pick. Luka. This is still the third quarter, so it hadn't got to the fourth quarter where you called him out a little bit.
Yeah, doing what he wants to do in the third quarter.
He did. He had a very good third quarter. Very good.
He did. Too bad that's not where the game is won.
Kind of a good point. Actually, I'm going to tell you something that my high school basketball coach told me. God rest his soul. Coach Dave Milson didn't play for him too long, but he said, "Listen, when you're playing basketball, you're supposed to win the game in the third quarter. The fourth quarter is to close the game out."
Yeah,
that's what he told me.
I like that. I like that concept. Sounds solid.
Yeah, he says we win the game in the third quarter. The fourth quarter we secure it and close it out is what we do in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
He said the first quarter is just a fill out quarter. The second quarter is the crunch quarter. And the third quarter is the quarter where we need to have the ball game won. The fourth quarter, we just need to be closing this thing up.
Closing it out, right.
Send these people home with a win. We don't want to spend too much time.
Yep.
Here we go. Luka, pass. Tim Hardaway pop up, and the score. It was a close game.
All the way to the end. Yeah.
It was a close game until this guy right here, he got going, and he hit that three. And that was off a technical with him.
Yeah.
He got a technical right there and came back and busted.
He was upset.
Yeah. And then here we go. Alley-oop to Cauley Stein. What
the problem I'm
having
here looking at these highlights is, I'm not seeing Luka score the ball.
Cauley Stein gave me 14. Cauley Stein gave me 14 tonight.
Good 14. Gave you some boards, blocked some shots, did some rebounding. He was solid.
Oh, yeah, there he goes. Lack of defense. And here goes this guy again. Chris Paul, pass, Jay Crowder. And that was essentially the dagger right there.
Yeah, it was.
They tried. I mean, it was nothing left to do at this point. But get out of here. They tried it. He hit it. You're thinking, oh, we got a chance. But it just was not to be. Time ran out, and there is your L for the Mavericks tonight. Somebody asked my buddy Lewis Page asked a good question. What y'all think we need, though?
Where do you want to start, Mr. Page? Where do you want to start?
Well, where would you like to start, Billy?
Well, you know how I feel about it, man. I've been saying this for a long time. When you're struggling like this, it's not just the players, man. It's the coaching staff, and it goes up higher. We got to start at the top. And I ain't talking about Mark Cuban. I'm not talking about Mark Cuban. Right underneath that is where we need to start. This team is not built the correct way. Well, it's not built the correct way. It has not been built the correct way for a while. As you've mentioned many of times, you've said it 1,001 times for us. This team needs to be built through the draft. You can't just keep turning over the roster. You can't just keep trading for random guys from different teams. You can't keep trying to sell us that we're, the hamburger helper is some type of, steak dinner.
It's a delicious. It's a main course.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Listen, we're not struggling like that anymore, man. We're eating steaks and we're eating steaks and nice stuff like that, man. We're not eating the instant mashed potatoes. We're getting we're getting the good ones now. So
right.
The point is, man, the Mavericks got to look up top, man. It's got to start there. They got to start making some changes. Whether it's personnel, whether it's coaching or whatever, this team just needs an overhaul, man. It's just they're not good. They're not good enough. They have a couple of pieces, but they're not built the correct way. You don't have this infusion of youth. I know it was a tight game, but I didn't even see Josh Green get any time tonight. Did he play at all?
No, he's not going to get any time, Billy.
He got no time. So, and he's your first round pick. So I guess Mr. Bay, he's not going to ever get any time. Tyrell Terry's never going to get any time. These guys are still sitting on the bench. At some point, you just got to switch up and be like, hey, we're not playing well. Let me go ahead and try this. They're just not willing to do it.
No, they're not. They're not at all. Okay.
I'm incredibly frustrated right now.
Okay, I want to bring some of your attention. This happened earlier, and I sent this to you. I retweeted this on Twitter.
Yeah.
This is from Mark Cuban on Twitter earlier. Okay. Hold on, let me put this up on the screen. This is from Mark Cuban. He's going at Kenny817, and we talked to Kenny in length tonight on Facebook. I talked to him behind the scenes too.
Shout out to my boy Kenny Jackson.
Hold on, let me see. Can I do this right here and make it? Okay, so he says, let me give you some facts. Well, let me click on it. He says, let me give you some facts. From the time of catching COVID till playing is 3 weeks. The first 2 weeks sitting in a room, nothing. Then 2 days of individual evaluation to see if the other team health issues. Then they can start basketball activities and conditioning. Okay. And even then, we have to be careful. This isn't like injury where you can shoot, do cardio, lift while you rehab. Not not can be around. Oh wait, somebody sent me a message. I'm sorry, I was looking at that too. Not can be around a team. You are stuck in a room, and it's not there are practices that you can get a feel for the gym and get in shape. So we try to get more than half our rotation back in a groove during games against teams that didn't have a COVID outbreak and have continuity. Yes, it's frustrating. Yes, there are lots of things we aren't doing well, but this thing isn't cold and get back isn't cold and get back to work. It's brutal. He says, so what's next? We are going to grind. We will get through this. We have a good team, but reality is more than half the team have not had a COVID outbreak, and things are going to look way out of balance for a while. Come crunch time, we will be there. That's for Cubes.
Yeah.
That's for Cubes tonight. I want to address this.
Okay.
I agree with what Mark Cuban is saying. I really do. But my problem is you're doing it again, Mark. You're acting like the team does not have a problem right now, and it does.
Right.
That's what you're doing. You're pissing on us and telling us raining. You got to stop doing that. You did this. This is why we had a falling out back in 15 or 16 because he tried to say you don't build your team through the draft. And I'm like, and we're all like, dude, that's how you build teams. Like there is no team in the history of the NBA who didn't build their team through the draft. It does.
Right.
No team has ever really just won the championship through free agency. You get a guy, you build around him. That's how the makeup is in the NBA. And another thing I want to address is that I keep hearing people putting it on. Well, actually, I want to talk about not that. I want to talk about Tobac's comments where he says they're growing pains. It's just growing pains. It's growing pains right now. I agree with that also. But here's a problem with it's growing pains. Okay, the Metroplex, the MFFLs, everybody has chosen Luka over everything. Okay,
right.
So when Luka is not getting triple doubles and winning, there's a problem. And the Metroplex made it that way, or the MFLs, everybody made it that way. So to say it's growing pains, they don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody's trying to hear that right now. They're not rationalizing that because their guy is not winning and he's not getting triple doubles. So the whole I get the growing pains deal, but you can't give that to everybody. And right now, no matter what happens with this team, Luka's going to be absolved from whatever's happening. It's right now. It's one or two people, Rick Carlisle or Kristaps Porzingis. That's it.
Yep.
With this team, nobody. Luka could have the worst game ever, and they'll say, "Well, his teammates didn't step up. He did his part. His teammates didn't step up." So that's what we're doing right now.
And that's so unfair. It's so unfair. But I'm not trying.
The Metroplex has put, to me, everybody has put Luka above the team. And that's what my thing with EA is. I'm a Maverick fan first, okay? I'm born and raised in Dallas, okay? I bleed 214 and 972. Those only I don't know nothing about that 469. I don't do the 469. I don't know about that.
But you're also but to be fair, you're also a very, very you're extreme advocate for the 281 and 713 or whatever that is, whatever Houston is. You're also that guy too. So people can get. I understand how the people can get confused. I understand how they can get confused.
No.
You have to be careful.
I'll rep Houston it up. I don't know nothing about Houston.
Oh, okay. All right. You just want to know.
I'm not from the land of the candy paint. I don't do that.
Oh, okay. Hey, the people just want to know, man. The people get confused from time to time. It's my job to bring clarity to that situation.
No, that's you being petty. Right?
Hey, man, I'm just asking a question here.
But my point is, I'm a Maverick fan first, so I put the Maverick, like you do with the Cowboys. You put the Cowboys above the players.
Right.
But when it comes to Mavericks in basketball, I put the Mavericks above the player. Okay. So when stuff happens with the team, I look at everybody. Okay.
Right.
I look at everybody. I don't just say, well, it's KP or it's Rick. I look at everybody. Now, there are times when I say, well, Rick's got to do this or Rick's got to do that. Or like you said earlier, it might be time for what I've been preaching for. When I said it's time for Rick Carlisle to go, or Rick needs to be fired. I'm not saying that he sucks. He's a terrible coach.
Right.
I am saying that when you have a roster this young, a coach of his caliber, they're not going to relate to. Think about this. You can say whatever you want to say about Dennis Smith Jr. He sucked. He wasn't good enough. You drafted him at number 9, and he's not here.
Right.
Okay. You got Luka here, and we still got problems here. We're still not playing rookies. That's a problem. How are we supposed to know what we got if we don't play the rookies?
Again, I guess Rick can just look down at the end of the bench and just kind of tell what he has.
But again, like I told Bassick, if Bassick said that was a good question, would have been a good question for me to ask. Is this the youngest roster that Rick Carlisle has ever had to coach? If so, that's a problem because he's putting like for example, Michael saying he's letting Dwight Powell play over somebody who could be getting time at certain times.
Right.
You know, that's a problem. And when I say Rick Carlisle, if he goes to the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow, I think they win a championship. There's no doubt in my mind they win a championship because that roster is geared for him. Right now, they're turning over the roster. They're too young for Rick Carlisle.
Right. They need a new voice.
Think about this. As I said last night, he chewed them out. They didn't respond. They had a players-only meeting. He didn't respond. They're giving out title belts in a locker room for best defensive player. It ain't working. It's not working. When you go through all that and it still doesn't, they still got an L tonight. It's still equating to L's. How many games is there in a row? What, 3, 4 games in a row? That's an L?
I think that's number 4.
Okay. It does, and the schedule doesn't get any easier because guess what? They go to Atlanta. No, next Saturday, they go to Atlanta, and then they come back and they got Golden State back to back.
They're not better. Here's the thing: they're not better than any team that they're about to play. I'm not saying that they can't beat them.
I'll give you maybe Atlanta. They might be better than Atlanta.
The way are they?
Maybe.
That's a problem. I mean, again, it's not to say that they can't mess around and beat Golden State or whoever. What I'm saying is they're not clearly better than any team. I can't just look at them and say the Mavericks are just simply a better team than the Hawks or the Magic or whoever. They're not. They're not. And depending on what Mavericks team shows up and if they get their shit together or not, man, they're not walking into no building just feeling confident that they're going to beat anybody. I think you'd be foolish to think that, even as a fan. Right.
So this is Zach here, I'm guessing. Nor just MFL in the city. Luka is everybody's guy, even LeBron's. That's cool. It's great he's LeBron's guy. But here in Dallas, when I look across my social media, Luka gets absolved from everything. I mean, Luka, let's be honest. I don't think he did tonight, but Luka takes bad shots at times. Yeah. And they're like, oh, will it went in? And I'm like, okay, it's fine, it went in, but that's a bad shot. Just like I used to have to explain to EA, he'd be up there praising, well, Luka's got 30 points, and I'd be like, but EA, his points didn't affect the game.
Right.
His 30 points that he had didn't affect the game. Yes, he had 30 points, but look what the score was.
Those calories that we
talking about. Empty calorie. They were empty calorie stats, man. And I kept, when he was going on the triple-double round, I was like, I'm happy he's getting triple-doubles. But we're getting at the same time, we're getting L for those triple doubles.
Right.
I need dubs along with triple doubles.
Yeah. I don't even have to have the triple double. I want the W. Period.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I want dubs. I like dubs. What? I like I like Dub City. I live in Dub City. We be up in that thing kicking it every night. LeBron and them come tonight. We beat
LeBron and them gonna make it on down there. Huh?
Yeah, because we beat the Celtics tonight. LeBron, we beat the Celtics, so we up in that thing tonight.
Yeah, when was the last time you saw Donnie Nelson come through there?
Well, we normally don't have organization. It's mainly designed for the players.
Oh, okay.
We normally keep front office people. Some things go down there. We don't want front office people to see what we got going on in there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, we got some stuff going on in there.
Well, if a win was required, he still wouldn't be there. So, hey.
You know what? On championship nights when we let everybody in, the whole staff can come.
Well, we don't have to worry about us being there.
Marky says, I ain't gonna let Luka slide. Luka was horrible tonight down the stretch, and I'm tired. Though. Chris Paul killing us every game.
Every game.
I mean, hey, guess what? If it ain't him, it's Devin Booker. And Devin Booker been killing. He killed the man for years. Matter of fact, I think the last time I seen him play at the AAC, when I was there, he gave us an AL. Sent us home with an L.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. That's like back-to-back games against the Jazz.
And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that was right after Kobe died. We played Phoenix, and he gave us an L last season.
Well, all I know is over the last 3 games, you played 3 teams: the Jazz twice, and now the Suns, and they have been without their best player, each one of them, and we have gotten smacked each game. And 2 of those 3 games, we've had our best guys out there.
So, right. That's why I said. That's why I was saying to Cuban's point. COVID is it's only gonna get you so far with me. I agree it's COVID. You know, they haven't had time, but those players that were out are not enough reason why you lost games.
Exactly.
And my point to the Cuban deal was that he's acting once again. He's acting like there's not a problem. Well, we clearly see there's a problem.
Right.
Clearly, there's clearly a problem.
Well, I'm looking over here at the comments and everything. My boy Ken, shout out to Ken. He's watching the video right now, man. He just made it very simple. He says it's time for Rick and Donnie to go, man. And to Ken's credit, man, I have to give credit where it's due. He's been talking about this even dating back to last year, saying that it was, it's past that time. I don't know if his reasoning for Rick leaving is the same as what you were always talking about not being able to coach a younger roster or, that type of thing. But he's been talking about Rick leaving for a little while. As a matter of fact, I see his comment here. He says, we don't have the roster. So there you have it. So he's lobbying for Rick and Donnie to go, which there's no reason to let Rick go if Donnie's not going to be leaving with him because you're not really getting any better in that regard. So they got to figure out something, man. This is 4 straight losses, man, that they've had. And 3 of those 4 losses, we've had to worry about whether they were giving effort. They came out, they gave effort. They played harder tonight. It was very clear to see. And they let 35, 36-year-old Chris Paul just destroy them in the end. And Luka Doncic gave you absolutely nothing when it mattered.
Well, okay, so the other night we were talking about put this here. I'm jumping on board of getting rid of Rick Carlisle. If nothing improves very soon, changes are coming. But I go back to the Houston game. That's when the things start twinkling. Yep.
100% right. 100% right. See, I don't even see that.
Zach.
I'm assuming that's Zach that said that.
Damn it, Zach. Okay, all right, Zach. All right.
When you're losing, you get criticized personally as well.
You get hit below the belt too.
Yeah.
Why Donnie though? Mark doesn't listen to Donnie for years until recently. Well, if Mark isn't listening to Donnie, then it's definitely time for Donnie to go.
That's right. That's 100% right. That's exactly what I was thinking.
We got a problem if he's not listening to him. So.
There's a reason that he's not listening.
Okay, so if that's the case, then what are we doing? If that's the case? No, I was getting ready to say it's almost about to get to the point to where we were talking about this in the studio where EA said we're wasting Luka's years.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Mike. Okay, Mike. Hey, listen, Mike. I don't know what it's doing. It's not letting me see. It just keeps saying Facebook user, so I can't see. But my buddy Mike. This is my buddy Mike. He is a LeBron hater, as I like to call him. He gonna say no, I'm not. But yeah, he's a good buddy of mine. I do like his comments though. I do like if you see me say Facebook user here, you're gonna have to tell me your name. I don't know why it's doing this thing. Any other time, it puts everybody's names up. I don't know what it's doing tonight.
Yeah, it's cutting up tonight, guys.
Yeah, it's cutting up tonight. I don't know what that is about. But it's about to get to the point to where, like I said, we were arguing with EA the other night, or I was, about how we're wasting Luka's career or whatever, wasting his years or whatever. And I'm like, dude, when you draft somebody like that, when you're that high in the draft the first year, it takes you about another 3 years to quit being that low. Okay?
Right.
So with that being said, it's about to get to a point with me where I'm going to be calling for a team tank.
Okay.
Because that's going to be the only way you're going to come out on the end of this. But the only problem is they don't have the draft pick for this year because they gave it to New York for Porzingis. So what you're going to have to start doing is you're going to have to look at getting rid of people to get back draft picks right now.
Right.
Unless in the offseason this year, I mean, it's almost about to be this year's white.
Okay.
It's about to get to the point this year's white. If they don't make a trade or things don't change or whatever. And Cuban's point, I was reading something on the screen. To Cuban's point, the another reason why I disagree with him if that's the reason, if that's the thinking, why did Rick chew them out and why did they have a players only meeting 2 nights ago? If that's Mark Cuban's thinking, that's what I'm saying. I'm not buying it. If that's the case, Rick wouldn't be chewing them out. If that's the case, and third of all, if that's the case, he wouldn't be on social media addressing what people are saying about the team.
Right.
If that wasn't the case. I noticed that he does get on social media when things are getting bad and people starting to call a team out.
People start criticizing, yeah.
Yeah. When they're bad. When they're good or things are going right, hardly ever do you ever see him reply to somebody. So
now he feels the need to defend the team now.
Yeah, so now it's getting to the point where you're making him have to defend. If he's doing that, I guarantee you he's having a conversation with somebody behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Somebody's having to get in the conversation for him to be having to speak up because you make him come out of his comfort zone right now.
Yep.
So yeah, it's about to get to a team tank angle with me pretty soon.
Well, I really don't know what to say about him, man. This team just needs some guidance, and right now there's not any leadership in that locker room. It's not Luka Doncic. It's clear to see that. It's not KP. These other guys have been here for every bit of like 2 months. So I mean, you can't really just sit there and demand too much of them. I mean, it's just we're in a bad spot right now. As Mavs fans, we are in a bad spot right now. This team is not playing
because
well.
you don't have any trade assets. You don't have any trade assets, and you don't have your draft pick this year.
Right. So what do you do? I mean, you're stuck.
You want to be honest? You might have to trade KP just to come out on the other side of it.
Yeah, but the problem is who's going to take him?
Anybody will take him. You just got to tell him you got to give me a first round pick for him.
So trade KP and you need their first round pick.
Okay, depending on how bad things get in Washington, you could call Washington and say, okay, so you got 2 ball heavy persons. Okay, you need rotational shooters, and you need pieces around Westbrook. Okay, Westbrook needs a shooter. Bradley Beal, you can't have Westbrook out there on the court and then have Bradley Beal going for 47. Okay, so you need shooters. Okay, they're not going to give you They're not going to give you their first pick because they need it. They need it. Okay, so what happens now is you call them up and say, "Hey, I look at your paint situation. You don't have a big. I could give you KP and maybe Tim Hardaway, and you give me Bradley Beal. Or if you don't want to do that, bring a third team in on it. Find some way to get Bradley Beal here. Or you really could wait Bradley Beal out. If I'm correctly, I think he's got about 1 or 2 more years on his deal.
Yeah, they're not gonna wait it out 2 years for him, man. They would want to get him now if they're gonna get him. I mean, Duke could play.
You don't have anything to get him.
Right, yeah, you don't have any assets unless Washington is just a dumpster fire and they're like, okay, we're just letting go of anything for nothing. So every now and then you run into a situation like that, but that's highly unlikely with the Wizards, man. As much as I'd like to have old Bradley Beal here, it's just starting to seem like a pipe dream at this point.
Let's see. Let's take a look at his what he's got going on here. Okay. So actually, if you want to be honest, He's a free agent after this year.
Okay.
That's his current contract. Okay. No. Okay. He signed an extension. Okay. I didn't see it. He signed an extension. So actually on 23 would be the year that you could probably get him for nothing because he's going to be on last year of his deal. And if he's still in Washington, they're not going to re-up and they're not going to want to do anything with him in 2023.
Yeah. That's a couple years from now. I mean,
in 2023, he'll be a free agent, but the season 2022 to 23, that's the season you probably want to call him up and say, he's on a 1-year deal. He's not signing with us. We just need some stuff. Right now, you can't really get that. Unless you start at the top of next season with a trade. But other than that, right now, there's no rush for Washington to trade him.
Yeah, no rush at all. Yeah. No incentive for it either. So I mean, it's gotten frustrating.
Okay, I have another scenario that I've been screaming for years. I think you have to at least wait one more year and see. But I'd be willing, if it doesn't go right when he comes back from injury, I think the following year you make it try to. Let me look up his contract before I say that. Let me look it up before I give that name out.
Okay, I'm a little on edge now, trying to figure out who we're talking about here. I just heard you say it was coming off of it. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Hold on,
I know exactly who you're talking about. I'd love to have, if we're thinking on the same bandwidth here, I'd love to have the guy you're talking about.
Let me pull up his contract. Let's see. Give me 1 second here, folks. Okay, he's not a free agent until 2024. If he comes back next year in 2021-22 and he's not good or it doesn't pan out, you may could try, depending on what you got on this team, you may could try to call up Golden State and see if they would be willing to come up off Klay Thompson.
But do you want him at that point if he doesn't have a good year next year? It means he didn't successfully recover.
Well, no, because see what happens is when you're gone, the chemistry change. It depends on who they got in the seat for right there. I mean, he's a shooter. His game is not going to diminish. The question is, with him being gone and Steph taking it over, it's going to be hard for him to get back in the flow of things.
Right.
Because now everything's going through Steph. And it would have gone through that for 2 years. Now, if it was a year, I'd be like, hell no, crazy. They're not going to do that. But if he comes back and is lost in the wind, when he comes back, you might be able to do something there.
I'd like to have Klay Thompson here.
You would. Another player who I take a look at, I don't think they play well together to me. We'll see. CJ McCollum.
Okay. Gonna snatch him out of Portland.
Make him out of Portland because I don't know what his contract situation is. Let me pull it up. I'm just giving you ideas. I mean, these are not guaranteed deals. I'm just giving you some ideas of where you could go. Let's see. Because actually a lot of people are coming up as free agents next season.
Yeah. That's true.
These are desperate moves. The Mavericks are in a desperate state.
Yes, they are.
Desperate state. They are desperate.
Yeah. Everything is desperation at this point.
Now forget about CJ McCollum. He's staying.
He's gonna be there for a while.
He's gonna be there for a while. I forgot he did get a new contract. Yeah.
Well, the Mavericks have nobody to blame but themselves in that front office. I like what Marquis is saying right here. Portland is a dumpster fire about to happen. I believe that. I thought Portland would start shedding contracts like a couple of years ago, actually. But after last year and how they were competing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They're another team that's got a coach that their message is lost. Terry Stotts.
I'm a Terry Stotts fan, man. Are you saying it's time for Terry to be gone?
The only reason why he's probably not gone is because what was that? They went to the Western Conference Finals. What, about a year or two ago?
Right.
So you come off of that. If he hadn't got to the Western Conference Finals a couple years ago, he would have been fired already. He would have been.
That's part of that Rick Carlisle tree.
He is a part of the Rick Carlisle tree. He does come from Rick Carlisle. I mean, so Dwayne Casey was fired for less.
Yeah, he was.
So, but I guess let's look. What was that? Tomorrow, Monday night, we got him. The Suns again, and it has been confirmed that KP will play.
Okay.
And then after that, you're gonna have Golden State. No, you're gonna have Atlanta. You're gonna go to Atlanta, and then you're gonna come back. And you're gonna play Golden State, and I think that might be on a back-to-back.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Let's pull it up. Mavs schedule. I think that's off of back-to-back, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yes, you're gonna go to Atlanta. You're gonna come home, and then the next night on that Thursday, you're gonna play Golden State. Okay, and then you're gonna get a break for Friday, and then Saturday, you're going to play Golden State again on Channel 8. That's the big time game. And then after that, I'm gonna tell you what right here. This Minnesota Timberwolves game on the 8th, Luka and KP not playing.
Okay, both of them going to that.
I don't care. I'm taking a fine. My guys just played what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
In the first 5 days of the month. My guys are sitting down in that game. Portland or KP. I mean, if that's the case, Luka's not playing that game. One of them's not playing this game. Since KP opted out of this game, Luka's not playing against the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. All these next games after Atlanta, all these games are at home. So they don't have to get up and go nowhere. They're at home.
Well, that might be a good move for them then.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess y'all gonna have to put your name down there. I can't see you say, "Hey, what's up, Walt? I see you, bro." I don't know who you are. Appreciate the love. You got to tell me who the name is because it's not showing me tonight. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, you are a Facebook user right now.
You're a Facebook user right now. Just drop me your name real quick, and I'll make sure I show you some love. But they're at home, so that's good. I think the next what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games are at home. They got 7 games at home.
Be nice to take advantage of them.
And I was just getting ready to point that out. They haven't been good at home this season. They have not been good at home this season. What's wrong with the Mavs at home too? They don't win at home anymore.
I'm going to blame it on the fact that we don't have fans there. They need that what is that? They need that TXU energy promo to go off inside the stadium, man. That's what it is. They're not feeling that juice, so that's what it is, man.
Billy. Don't do this, Billy. You're making excuses.
I'm trying to help them out in any way I can.
You're making excuses, Billy. You're giving them a pass.
I don't know. You don't have those people up there ordering those $4 hot dogs and the $8 beer and getting wasted and everything. So yeah, the energy's not there, man. We have to blame it on the fans.
Okay, that's my buddy Al who said that. Okay, I see it now. I had to go over here to my Facebook page. You know, I'm on my second screen. So let's go over here to my other screen and see. Okay, so out of those games I just gave you, Billy, you got Monday night, the Suns, Wednesday night, the Hawks. And then on a back-to-back, they play the Warriors, and then the Warriors again. Basically, let's set up next week. Of course, we'll be
L's.
back here. Of course, here Monday, we'll be back here again. They lost tonight. With Porzingis back, do they win that game?
No.
Okay. Atlanta.
L.
Well, you giving them an L against Atlanta?
I'm giving them an L against. I have no faith in this team. I have no faith in this team.
So you're not even giving them one dub against Golden State?
No, not at all.
Can they get a dub from you out of the Timberwolves?
Well, you told me Luka or KP might not play in those games.
I mean, we're talking about the Timberwolves.
I understand who we're talking about. We're going to be talking about the Hawks too, just in a couple of days, man.
No, Mike. I'm not going to say empty arenas don't make a difference, but I mean, hell, we got to get over that now because you were in the bubble. You played in the bubble, and now you back. I can't. They're not all their games are empty arena. There are some arenas that they go into, and they're playing in front of crowds.
But they're not rooting for the Mavericks, though.
Yeah, but I'll give you that edge, but I'm not going to let it fly too much because we're still professionals. James Johnson even said it the other night. We're still professionals at the end of the day. We still got to get this thing done.
I like his leadership. He wants to do it. Walt, I don't see them. The best opportunity to get a W will be the Hawks. I'll give you that. But do I feel confident that they're going to walk in there? Remember earlier in the show I mentioned I don't feel confident about the Mavericks going into any arena, whether it's their own or it doesn't matter who they're playing against. Doesn't matter what the record is. The Mavericks are at such a low, desperate point, man. You can't just call them clear cut. Hey, we're better than this team. Therefore, it's going to be a dub. You don't feel that way about the Mavericks.
Mike said he didn't like the bubble. The bubble's trash. I'm going to be honest with you. I liked the bubble because you saw some real good basketball in the bubble, especially during the playoffs. Yeah. In playoffs, when the playoffs started, the first round, man, that was some good basketball. You saw the best out of a lot of people. Now, as it got down, yeah, it did a little bit, but that first round in the playoffs, man, that was some good basketball, especially.
Yeah, it was. There was a good matchup.
The Portland, LA when they handed them their first L, and oh man, what's the name? He went hard in the bubble. Damian Lillard went hard in the bubble.
Yeah, the whole time he was there.
Yeah, the whole time he was there, he went hard in the bubble.
Yeah,
but when it first started in the playoffs, yeah, oh man, that was some of the best basketball you could ever ask for.
Yeah.
And then
the Mavericks were involved in some of that good basketball, man. Luka
hit that step back in the Clipper series. He said it was like Lifetime Fitness. Hey, you know what? That is what it's like because they do that in the offseason. They do get together and go to Lifetime. And they shut the building down and they let them come in there and play.
Yeah.
In the offseason. But yeah, it just was the bubble was fun until you start having people like Lou Williams leaving to go get chicken wings and shit like that.
Yeah, lemon pepper Lou.
Yeah, chicken wing. Lou Wings is what I call him. Lou Wings.
Yeah, Lou Wings.
Yeah, Lou Wings is what I call him. When Lou Wings had to go get the wings, and you had Daniel House messing with one of the COVID girls, COVID workers. That's when the guy was like, "Okay, man, all right, now what are we doing?"
Cutting up. Those guys out there losing.
They were costing their own teams the game. So
a lot of those guys want to get out of there.
Right. And you know what? I'm going to say this. You know, everybody got on creamed Paul George for saying, you know, he was having depression about being in that bubble. I did not cream him red because I understood where he's coming from because those guys were locked in a space and told you couldn't leave.
Right.
Okay. And those are guys who are able when they at home to get up and do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Right.
So when you take that away from them, yeah, they might be spoiled brats, but at the end of the day, that messes with a man's psyche. Like, for example, if you're a guy that's got to get head before every game and you can't get it, you're not going to play the best because that's your pregame ritual. You can't get your pregame ritual if you're in the bubble. You couldn't get your pregame ritual if you're in the bubble.
No, you couldn't.
So you couldn't. I understood where he was coming from. Was it Was it an excuse? Yeah or no, yay or nay. But I understood where he's going. I understood why Lou Williams did what he did because and Tobias kept saying when it started, he said there's gonna be people that are gonna break the rules because they're not accustomed to being locked up and being told no, you can't do something. Hell, just a couple weeks ago, what did George Hill say? I'm a grown ass man. They're not gonna tell me I can't see my family. I can't do. That's their thinking. That's their mentality.
Yeah, that's their logic. Yep.
Because they can do that anytime they want to at home.
Yep. Well, that's what they're accustomed to, guy.
So, before we get out of here, you said that the Hawks are the team that best at best is a team they can get a dub off of.
Yeah, that's the best opportunity they're going to have. I don't think we're playing better than Golden State.
Mike.
That's true, Mike. He got way more than
wings.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, one of the girls came forward and snitched on him and said, he did get a lap dance for me while he was there at the strip club that night.
He went down there to get some wings, though, huh?
Yeah, but one of the strippers snitched on him and said he did get a lap dance.
Yeah, he got wings, legs, thighs, everything else he could have imagined down there. It was all there for him. Lemon pepper Lou.
Lou Wings did it. But yeah, okay, so we will be back here Monday. Yep. And Monday night, you say there's an L with Porzingis back on the court.
Yeah, even still. I'd love to be all the way wrong. I'll come here and eat as much unseasoned crow as you want to serve up. I'd love to be wrong, but I doubt it.
Let me hold on, man. Let me get back over here to this. Look, because I didn't really talk about too many numbers. Now, Tim Hardaway with 19. Tim Hardaway came back tonight and gave you something.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get over here to the game stat. Mavericks box score. Let's see. Tim Hardaway. Willie Cauley-Stein gave you 14. Tim Hardaway gave you 19. Josh Richardson gave you 9. The Dojo Man, James Johnson, gave you 6. Dwight Powell gave you 8. Brunson gave you 7. Finney gave you 9. Trey Burke gave you 4.
I don't know what to say about that. Trey Burke normally gives you a little more, but Mike, you get to the point where you just don't even have words to explain what's going on. It just doesn't even make sense. That's where we are with the Mavericks right now. It's gotten out of hand.
Oh, okay. I think I know why it's saying Facebook user, because they're commenting on my group page, and I don't think they are. They have to like or be a part of the group.
The show page, okay.
So I'm on the group page. So I guess to say that to everybody, if you want your name to pop up on the screen, you have to like the Facebook group page. And then it'll show up
as a user. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are people who aren't in the group. They haven't liked to be part of the group. But yeah, if you like it, once you ask to get in the group, I'll add you in, and that's how that'll change.
Yeah.
But Mike says he's calling the dub with the unicorn.
Okay. All right, Mike. I hope you're right. Mike, I'd love to be wrong about what I'm saying. I'd love to be wrong about it.
So I'm gonna give him a dub. I'm gonna give him a dub against the Suns on Monday.
Okay.
I'm sorry, on Monday. I'm gonna give him that. And I'm going to give them one dub against Golden State.
Okay.
I'm going to give them a dub against I actually want to see the rookie. I want to see more of the rookies in that Timberwolves game. I'm calling it now. I want to see the rookies in the Timberwolves game. That's what I want. So that's what I got for the week right there.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll be back. What's that?
No, I was going to say, I don't think those are things that are not attainable. I mean, we should be able to make those things happen, but it's going to be on Rick, man. What do we want to do? Let the guys play.
Oh, I'll give you this before we go. If they don't win any of the games this week, is that it for Rick?
Yeah. No question. No doubt about it.
Do you think that Mark Cuban has the balls to fire Rick Carlisle?
Yes.
If they lose all of the games coming up next week.
At that point, you're not going to be able. At some point, you're not going to be able to walk in that locker room and look at the players. You're not going to be able to look at Luka Doncic and the down in the facility, Mark. If you're down there, whatever, how are you going to look that man in the face, knowing, hey, this team has lost 8, 9 straight games, and we have done nothing to change it. Something has to be done.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if they lose every game this week, is he gone?
Yeah. Yes. I think Mark Cuban will make the move.
I'm gonna put that up on the poll in the Facebook group page and on the show's Twitter page.
Okay.
If they lose all the games this week, do you fire Rick Carlisle? And I'm gonna go ahead and check a yes for you on that.
Yes. I'm definitely a yes. Please put me down as a yes.
So basically, this is the question: is this the last week of Rick Carlisle?
If the Mavericks don't start winning games, it most definitely will be.
So will everything Cuban said on that post go out the window?
Listen, like I said, at some point you're not going to keep being able to walk and see, or you're not going to keep walking into that locker room looking at those guys, knowing that a change needs to be made. And
cut or uncut? I've been trying to get this question answered for 2 hours now. What are we cutting or uncutting? That's somebody off Twitch. Well, I'm glad to see we got somebody off Twitch watching.
Oh, that's cool. I don't understand. I don't quite understand the question or the statement.
If Mark Cuban hits the ball, hold on. If Mark Cuban had the balls to rearrange the championship squad after the year after, he has the ball to fire it. Well, Mike, I don't know if you saw Rick Carlisle's comments earlier. He was justifying what's going on out there at the basketball court, pretty much. He had an excuse built in with the whole COVID deal, trying to say that it's just because they had COVID or whatever. And again, COVID is not an excuse for losing some of the games they lost this week. COVID is not an excuse for getting ran off the floor last night, the way they did against the Utah Jazz. There was no reason for that. They had what was it 27-12 in the first quarter?
34-12. No, 37-12. I'm sorry.
That's not COVID. That's not COVID.
Yeah.
That's not COVID at all. And you can't sell me that. You know what we're cutting. No, don't know what we're cutting, my guy. Got to be more specific. You're right. If he can rearrange it, you would think that he would rearrange. But hey, that's the question that's about to go up in the poll group. So look out for that. But Billy will be back here Monday night after another Phoenix Suns Mavericks game.
Yes.
So like we always say, always do what's best for business. And if we don't see you around, then we'll see you around. Well, hold on. I think you misunderstood him. He didn't say COVID. No. He said, I think you misunderstood him. He didn't say COVID. He said coaching.
Oh, okay.
No.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what he intended.
No. He even addressed coach. He just said the problem is that we're just rusty because we had players in hotels and they couldn't get the what's the name in, get the time on the court in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, Mark, you can't piss on me and tell me it's raining, bro. You can't do that. You cannot do that. But yeah, we'll be back here Monday night, and if we don't see you around, then we'll see you around.